Could some of the things happening in your own community actually be illegal? I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me this hour is Pennsylvania State Representative Seth Grove. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks.
So we're talking about things like Monte Carlo nights, 50-50s for the Little League or the local veterans organization. They're actually illegal in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, if our small games of chance doesn't provide it in language that it's legal, it's deemed illegal. So we had a meeting, the DA's Association had a meeting, and they were discussing forms of small games of chance. A popular one has been quarter auctions, which if you're not familiar with that, you actually bet on items using quarters. Each item has a certain quarter value, 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever, and you put that money in a pot, and then you hold up the paddle, and if they call your number, you win that item. 300-400 people can show up at a time. You can raise $5,000-$6,000 to some great charitable contributions, but they kind of sat down and said, you know, the law doesn't provide for this, so it's illegal. Same thing with 50-50 raffles, which are very, very popular, and then Monte Carlo nights, which are also popular. Great tools for nonprofits, fire departments, local charities to raise money. Kind of gets the government out of it because they can support themselves rather than have taxes raised to support those entities.
I would think that this would put local prosecutors in a very difficult position to have to go into a fundraiser for a cancer organization or a veterans group and say, this is illegal, and you could be prosecuted.
Yeah, you know, a local fire department that holds a quarter auction going in there and saying, sorry, you can't raise money to support yourselves. Or, you know, the American Cancer Society holding a Monte Carlo night to support cancer research, to go in there and say, sorry, you know, too bad for the cancer research people. Puts them in a bind which they shouldn't be in. They shouldn't have to go in and arrest them. And, you know, they gave their fair warning that it's illegal. No one's been arrested that I've known of. Mostly a warning. I think it was mostly to let the legislature know we need to work on this and create a better mechanism for us to help our local charities and fire departments raise money through small games of chance.
Now, are these actually illegal by omission, meaning that if they're just not included in the statute of what is legal?
And it brings up an ongoing problem. Should the legislature continually have to put into law new things? Quarter auctions is a new form of small games of chance. 50-50 raffles have been out for a very, very long time. They're very popular. And at this point, really recognize that they're illegal. Should the legislature continually have a 50-50 raffle bill, a quarter auctions bill, a Monte Carlo night bill, or should we do something a little different in that we just legalize it and actually define what is illegal to carve it out? Kind of the reverse philosophy we're using now.
Now, you actually have a piece of legislation that would legalize quarter auctions,
solely
so it
quarter
is being done
auctions.
piecemeal at this point.
Yes, and we're in discussions. I know the Gaming Oversight Committee in the House. I've been working with staff, and we've been discussing back and forth, throwing out ideas how to effectively redo our small games of chance to be more helpful to our local charities so
now,
they can fundraise.
Would any changes be applicable only to nonprofit organizations?
Yeah, one of the problems we run into is we may have a individual with cancer who may want to go to another state to get a second opinion, and they don't have enough money, so they'll throw a fundraiser for them. That is deemed illegal because it's not a charity doing it. So they'll have to kind of rework it to have go to maybe the American Cancer Society and say, hey, we want to do this, we just need to utilize your nonprofit status to get a permit from the county treasurer's office to do that. So it may provide a little more oversight. And we've had cases, the reason it's done is we've had cases where individuals, actually we just had one recently in Pittsburgh, last week I think it hit the news, where someone was doing the lottery sales where, you know, we're going to give you a bunch of numbers, and if the lottery gets pulled for that number, you win. It was completely a fake, wasn't a real nonprofit. They took like $12,000 and frauded people because there was no actual charity there.
All right, many issues still to be addressed. Thanks for being with us. We've been talking with Pennsylvania State Representative Seth Grove. I'm Jill Horner.